We're back. Are you recording? You're recording. Nice. Return to the game. Okay. Now because we have two of those, two screen recorder is gonna be lagging a little bit. Nice. There you go. We're gonna be filming a small video and then we're gonna be moving on to some Fortnite. Yeah, I'm getting burned out of gaming, to be honest. With all of the playthrough that we're doing, and we had to do another Ark Knight playthrough. Holy shit. Okay, it's okay. Ink, stop complaining. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Little Fergie. Absolutely, that's phenomenal. That's a good idea. Okay. What is a good idea? Well, I had 3 snacks. Lickety bum bum shakalak. Think winter, but I didn't know winter fireworks. Okay, so let's do some review. Guess I said some little snacks. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this here, this there. 11 December 2024. It goes fast, right? It goes crazy fast. So today we're doing a test. We're doing a kind bar test of these. Super popular. Everybody that I know that have talked to me about it is always positive. I don't know who makes them, nor do I know. Okay, we're tired. We're also fired, but we're more tired than anything else. I don't know who makes them. My mom brought them for me, and the sense of you should be losing weight. Here's some healthier snacks that will still carry your snack craving. So we have kind bars. This flavor is hyper Canadian. We have maple glazed, nuts, and sea salt. So a nice little sweet and salty recipe, which is also super cool. Sorry. And it's weird how similar that maple does to the honey. Really, really nice. So mainly, when you look at it, it's mainly nuts, right? And then some nougat. This is really nice. Would have loved a little bit of sea salt. Yeah. But Sweet and salty. I grew up with these. We had a company in Canada called Nature Valley, and they would make these bar with some glazing on top, either peanuts or almonds. And I wasn't allowed sugar, sucre c'est en français. I wasn't allowed sugar at home, but these passed. So I grew up eating something very akin to this. Really nice, healthy, healthier. That's a no-brainer. Really cool. Dumbling, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. You guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 11 December 2024. We're gonna be missing in this. We're gonna be playing some Fortnite. Before that, we need a snack. And for snacks, I decided to go with Cadbury Dairy Milk. Cadbury, it's a beloved chocolate flavor. My mom got me this. She was like, "Hey, you need to eat healthier," but she also understands because my mom also surprisingly is on a diet. And because my mom is also on a diet, she what do we call it? She understands what it is to be on a diet. She understands the craving, etc., etc., etc. So she bought me this. It's fruits and nuts. Not a huge fan of fruits and nuts in a chocolate bar. Possibly the worst flavor you can have, but the thoughts count, and I'm grateful for that. So, if anything, it's a really, really nice. It's a really nice attention. I'm not excited to taste these, but listen. Right now it's a bit harder financially. I'm about to get to eat chocolate on a harder time financially. It's still a big pleasure. As you can see, what I really enjoy here is, surprisingly, we have two of the most, if not the most important, how can I say that? Feature that I like. So with nuts bars, with nuts, with rice chocolate bar, I do like a bottom with a little bit of a texture to it because it makes you think, okay, well, there's a lot of them. And it's nice to have, if anything, it's nice to have multiple layer. And the one on the bottom, see, the way it is, it's actually super, super simple. So when you have chocolate, right, chocolate is going to be liquidy. So the chocolate being liquidy, right, will have multiple layers. So things like peanuts, right, which are heavier than the liquid, will fall to the bottom, right? Super simple. If you take a glass of water, you put some water, you put some nut, the nuts are going to be automatically going in. Some nuts will float until they get soaked in the water, and then they'll sink because of the weight disparity between them and the water, which is gravity, right? That's why you as a person, if you don't swim or you don't move, you're gonna have a tendency to drown. So by having a lower layer of nuts, you understand that, okay, well, there's a lot of nuts. Also, what I noticed, I forget in French today, I don't know why. What I noticed is, you see all of those colors, all of those specks of blacks, right? Which is possibly fruits. So you have a bottom that is nuts, and you have a top that is fruits. Now I know what you're saying, Ink. You just said that anything that's heavier than water, right, will go on the bottom, and that's a cool thing. Fruits or skin fruit isn't heavier than water in itself. And technically, this isn't water. This is a chocolate, so it is liquidy. It has the same principle or laws of other liquid, but it is a bit thicker, a bit heavier. Without further ado, okay. I mean, it's not because it's really nice. I'm not a fan of it, but it's not so bad. It's not bad at all. First thing first, I'll tell you why. And here I go for all. First thing that you notice, chocolate. The quality supreme. Then you have a bit of crunchy. With those nuts, they feel tasty. But the MVP is cranberry. It's cranberry. All three of them together. It's a nice mix. If I preferred, see, if I like it, I can tell what people like it. Chocolate's amazing. Nice crunchiness, nice texture with the nuts. And also, this doesn't sound crazy, but the dried fruit or cranberry, right? Cranberry and grapes, when they're dried, they have this nice consistency, almost like flesh. The flesh of the fruit. So the nice consistency. It actually tastes. It doesn't taste bad. If anything, chocolate and cranberry goes well together. If anything, they match up well. Where there's a bit of a dystopia is, fun fact, utopia versus dystopia. I'll do a video about it after that. Super interesting. So, fun fact, the dystopia you see here, I like the design a lot. Yeah, cranberry is very bitter, and the sweetness from the chocolate, it works well together. The peanut doesn't taste a lot, so it's more so a battle between the sweet chocolate and the bitter cranberry. They work well together, and just a lot going on, and not a fan of it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink. Here's your boy Hank. Welcome to the Real Content Entire Show. You guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 11 December 2024. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm actually a fan of words, wordplay, word usage, using nice words. I heard somebody talk about not too long ago. Somebody talk about a wordsmith, and it was actually Andy Baga. So we reacted this on the gaming channel, and I just had this fascination with words since a very young age. This is the introduction to a new playlist, another playlist, and it's the power of words. So in this playlist, we're gonna be checking out words. The first episode is gonna be super easy: dystopia and utopia. So we're gonna be researching words, gonna be researching their definition and the dictionary. We're gonna be upgrading our vocabulary, but it's also the way you speak. The way you speak. See, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a secret. You'll never be the strongest, right? You'll never be the tallest. You'll never be the most beautiful person in the world. You'll never be the richest, right? And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just telling you how it is. You'll never be able to do all that. But somebody that's able to sell himself, for who he is versus what he should be, is going to be able to get a lot out of life. So, for example, with me being 5'4", a lot of people will say, "Hey, you're very short." Now, I can make a couple of I don't know. I could make a couple of allusion to great people that were small. I'm gonna be like, you should see my brother. I'll say something like, you should see my brother and sister, which I don't have. They're fucking. Call me Tyrion Lannister, which I think is fucking funny. I can say, my mom used to say, small thing comes in small pot. Yes, it's true. See, I'll play with a lot of word usage to prove not necessarily prove a point, but to sell a point. Now, technically speaking, right? Technically speaking, when you're selling something, it doesn't matter if the person buy it, right? As long as you're able to sell. Some people will buy it. So, it's the classic relationship. Oh my god, we're gonna go in that. Oh my god. So we did a playlist called Charisma, right? Charisma. And in that playlist, what was important in that playlist was, I was talking about how I was using word usage is also about charisma. So I might be fusing the two playlists together. And it was like, okay, so what do you do to charm people, right? Words was my best way. See, in a room of 10 people, right, there's going to be one or two buyer. And as long as there's more buyer than seller, there's going to be a leverage with the sellers and the customer, right? And as long as there's a leverage between the customer and the salesman, there's not a relationship necessarily of power, but there's a clear separation of the two. So, for example, right, with somebody that knows how to talk, that uses right word, that makes analogy, that is a silver tongue talker, you're able to get a lot more out of life. So, the most people that are aware of this, and see, now that's the thing with the internet, right? With memes, that the meme culture, everybody's saying the same thing. So, for example, skippy toilet, fam taxes, which I don't know what it means, but um and with using the same language or using the same words, and everybody's on the same step, which is fantastic, right? But you gotta sell yourself, because although everybody's on the same stage when it comes to talking, but not everybody's coming to the same stage and stature. So once again, physically, financially, place in society, meritism, which is society where you're rewarded based on your hard work. So the more you work, the more you're rewarded. It's your worth is measured by merits, which is one of my favorite, if you will, society or model of society. So by doing a playlist in the sense of we're trying to sell ourselves or looking at word, there's a power in the word. There's a power in the way you talk, and I know a lot of people would say, okay, well, you talk a lot, but there's a reason why I talk a lot. I'm trying to sell something. I'm trying to sell myself. Now, I'm not selling product, right? There's no money involved. I'm not asking for money, but I'm still trying to sell myself because I know that out there, it's a dog eat world dogs. There's 60 minutes of content uploaded every single minute, right? So I know that competition is steep, and I know that the only thing that I have to offer is words and talking. So we're gonna be checking that out, and I think it's gonna be a fun thing to do together. If anything, it's gonna be something we can. It's gonna be something that's funny to do, right? And that's the important part. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Ink Vendetta Gaming. Today is the 11th December 2024. We're doing a video where there's a very, 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 very positive news. And that very positive news is this little package, right? This little package that we received already a couple of months ago. So one of my biggest regrets, right? One of my biggest regrets, it's a really good news actually, is, you see, yeah, the story in itself is actually quite complicated. Where is it? Did I fuck it up? What dropped? Something dropped, but I don't know what. Oh well. Shouldn't be important, right? Oh, there you go. Da, 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 da. Please don't go, I wonder why I... See, when you have a small apartment, that's the thing. So, those two of my biggest regrets are actually quite parallel. They're actually quite complementary of each other. One of my biggest regrets was when I was at work, everything that I was consuming, every single media, every single game, every single song that I would listen to, I would have wanted to make it into content, right? And the reason why that's one of my biggest regrets was because I took a show that I really loved, like Kenny vs. Penny, and I don't have a reason to watch it anymore because I'm done with the reviews. I could take a show like Trailer Park Boys, and that's why I stopped Trailer Park Boys, because we did from season 1 to season 7. And then I don't have a reason to watch those shows again, right? I could do them in French. Actually speaking, I could do Kenny vs. Penny in French, and I could do Trailer Park Boys in French because it's Canadian, and there's a lot of Canadian people that talk French. So that could be something I could do. The reason why we have... Oh, I forgot something. The reason, right, I used to do that was I was inspired by content. I was hyper productive, but I was being more productive than I was having ID. So when you're more productive than you have ID, what do? Well, you start to recycle ID, or you try to do something that is easy. For example, reaction. Now, a reaction isn't always easy, but it's easier than coming up with a subject in itself, right? And one of my also biggest, and you know what? This is my biggest this is my biggest regret. But I do, whenever I talk about this one, I feel bad about it. I really feel bad about it. And the reason is it's kind of simple. See, one of my biggest regrets as a content creator was my very first stream. was a game on an emulator, right? Then my second game was Golden Sun. The funny thing is, we had Golden Sun, we recorded it on Twitch, and it was also on emulators. Then I realized that I had four different playthrough. Thank God we only had four different playthrough on YouTube. I was told, right? I was told that okay. I was told that it was illegal to use emulators, right? So when I saw that on my YouTube, I was afraid that if my YouTube got more popular, people were gonna report my videos. People flag shit for no reason, right? And then I got really worried because I was like, holy shit! Imagine they delete the whole the whole channel for no reason at all. And I was very, very worried. So I said, okay, I have to delete them. I had to delete them. The problem that I did was I deleted them, but I didn't necessarily back them up. So these contents are lost media forever. The good news is I bought this. What is this? You want to open it together? The problem is, if I open it right now, I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it right now. But right now we're playing too many games. But it's basically it's a prefabric console or handheld console that contains a lot of games. And I looked up what is illegal and the ROM, and the illegal thing is the distribution or the acquiring the ROM. So let's say you go on a certain website and you download the ROMs. You this is illegal, right? But if you're already playing a ROM that's already downloaded, so for example, right, if you go into a shop, right, and if you buy a cartridge, I'm gonna say it because I'm old school, I'm a 90s kid. If you buy a cartridge of a game where there's another game on it, you technically got you technically didn't do anything illegal. So you see, for example, when you're filming a movie, let's go with piracy, right? Because that's piracy. The piracy is I don't know why I'm doing this video, but because it's in a couple of months, but fuck it, let's do it. So the piracy is when you go to a theater, right, and you film a movie. That's piracy. But the distribution is illegal. Now buying the movie isn't illegal. Buying bootleg DVD isn't illegal. You're like, okay, where'd you got this? Where'd you get this, right? So kind of the important part here is I'm gonna be able to play this. Now the two things that worked good together was like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to I don't want to be streaming everything. I don't want to be filming everything. But these are retro games, and I could absolutely do this. So there's gonna be a lot of new games. There's gonna be a lot of retro game, which means that we're doing a retro playlist. Now, hear me out. I got a question for you guys. I got a big question for you guys. Would you like other playthrough, or would you like one playthrough called retro gaming, and we'll do game number one, and we'll do it. Because technically speaking, what I'm gonna do is I might be as again, it might be. This I'm gonna use it either way when I go on a trip, when I go somewhere, because I don't want to log off everything, right? Even with the Switch, the Switch I love. So I would love streaming on it, but I don't have the equipment necessary for streaming that. This is super easy. You take a phone, and that's pretty much it. I can film the video. Now I would prefer to stream it, but if I have to film it, I'll film it, right? So this would be for when I possibly will go live at my mom's house. Now, when I say live at my mom's house, it's not living at my mom's house. I'm gonna be keeping this apartment. I'm gonna be working next to her house. And if I was to work at night, I would go to her house to sleep and be like, just like, hey. Instead of going back and forth, I can go there, right? But again, this is not gonna happen. This is a possibility, not a exactitude. So I would have this. Now, the reason why this is a good the reason why this is a good news is we're getting a lot of followers on the gaming channel and on the YouTube channel. And one of my videos that has the most views, sadly, is my biggest regret as a content creator. And that was a video that I did about deleting those streams. So those streams are deleted, but those games still exist, and that playthrough still exists. So it might not be pro, but it might not be the worst. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully it works. Hopefully it goes well. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited because and again, if you look at people, right? If you look at the people that did that, what I mean by did that is, um, I'm sorry, guys. I'm super tired. What I mean by the people that did that, that do emulators, are they're not uploading to YouTube, right? So they'll use an emulator, but they'll play on a stream. Now, on a stream, technically speaking, you're making money, right? But you're making money for you and that's your video. There's no copyright system on something that's going on right now. Is if you do the distribution, you have to have a product that is not necessarily something that's going on right now, right? For example, we were playing this exact game, the tower, not once, not twice, but 3 times, right? And on the tower, some of my videos there's a radio show on it, and the radio show isn't mine. I'm not a owner of the company. I'm not a owner of the radio, and YouTube system will be allowed to recognize that this is a radio show. Funny thing is, really funny thing. So this is not necessarily in this video, right? But when it comes to the copyright system, YouTube is amazing. This is a true story. I was filming the tower, right? And the funny thing is, am I filming? Oh, I'm filming. Thank God. Fuck, shit. I was filming the tower, and the funny thing is, this playthrough. Okay, so you see there's 3 playthrough. This playthrough has been playing for a year and a half, right? So this playthrough is the most advanced. The 2 other playthrough, I need to get them. So what I do sometimes is I won't be playing on this one, but I'll be playing on the 2 others. Now this one I'll upload video. It doesn't matter what I'll upload, but I'll do something else. Now the great thing with that, right, is I'm able to be like, okay, well, guess what? I took a video, right? I'm gonna upload it, and I still get to make content. So even though I'm always doing something, now by doing this, you see that they have a screen recording. I'm not streaming. I'm screen recording with my voice. Believe me not. We were watching an excellent show, an excellent show. It's such a long story for a short thing, but I'm a storyteller, so I'm gonna tell you a story. Um, I was watching Dexter, and YouTube, right, copyright my shit, and they said, "Hey, you're listening to the show. You're listening to Dexter." Right? I was like, holy shit, this is happening. Now, you remember the beginning of the show? You remember the beginning of this video? It was a long time ago, but there's still a beginning to this video. Now, the beginning of this video is quite simple. I miss and I regret watching shit that I cannot watch again. So, with the retro gaming, this is it. The thing is, I don't dislike the game that are being put out right now. I'm having a shit ton of fun with Fortnite. I'm having a shit ton of fun with Fortnite. However, I'm in a position where I'm like, okay, well, I'm like a Fortnite, but when I play Fortnite, I'm not playing more than a dozen, this almost 50 game that I own. I'm trying to look at fast how much I can get, but I'm not gonna get. Just the emulator that we have is 30,000 games, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not getting further with multiple gaming, right? And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? And there's a part of me that wants to go back to retro gaming. The reason as to it's not necessarily it's games that made me the person I am today. I want to say they still hold up. To me, it's a lot easier to talk about a game that I've played before than a game that I've been playing right now. So right now, I would like to do retro gaming. With this, we have I don't know how many games we're playing. I don't know when we're going to be starting, but we have the capacity to do it. And this once again is a response to the overwhelming popularity of the negative videos on my channel. A negative video that I made that I don't regret. I still mean it. I still mean one of my biggest regrets is deleting those streams. What I would love to do is at least private them. Not for them to be like, yo, guess what? They still exist because now they don't exist. And yeah, that's a big regret. So we're gonna be bringing back the retro gaming once again. Please tell me in the comments if you prefer me doing one playthrough, one playlist. So what I would see for one playlist, my original ID is actually quite simple. The original ID would be okay. Well, guess what? We have this video. It's working well. Okay, but what I would do is first game, second game, third game, fourth game, and etc. And it would be for retro gaming. So retro gaming, because the people that are watching See, it's weird because I don't mean to generalize, of course, but if the people that are watching retro gaming are gonna watch only retro gaming, they're gonna be watching some of the gaming nowadays, but it's more so the retro gaming. So they could just skip it. But again, are you gonna be skipping the second game, the third game? The answer is I don't know. I don't fucking know. Zdrowie. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay. Video. File info. Okay. As girl, lost in time, trying to save the world. Okay.